Come with me on a journey that transcends the ordinary. Let's leave the glossy brochures behind, those polished images that only scratch the surface of this mystical land. Forget the grand fortresses and perfectly posed monks, the postcard-perfect scenes that everyone expects. I want to show you the heart of Bhutan, a kingdom in the clouds, famous for its happiness, where the air is crisp and the spirit is free. But what does happiness look like day to day? Not as a tourist, but as a quiet observer, living simply among its people, sharing in their daily lives. This isn't about ticking off sites or following a guidebook. The real magic is in unexpected conversations, shared smiles, and home-cooked meals that warm the soul. My adventure was about discovering the soul of Bhutan on a shoestring budget, seeing if you can touch its essence without a lavish tour, finding beauty in simplicity. Imagine swapping a luxury hotel for a cozy family home, the air filled with butter tea and incense where every corner tells a story. Picture yourself at Thimphu's market, not as a tourist, but searching for chilies and cheese for dinner, mingling with locals, feeling the pulse of daily life. This is the Bhutan I found. Real, accessible, and profoundly moving, where every moment is a chance to connect deeply. Join me and let's uncover the treasures that aren't made of gold, but of experiences that linger in the heart. Budget travel in Bhutan sounds impossible, right? Most people imagine Bhutan as a destination reserved for the wealthy, a place where only those with deep pockets can afford to explore its legendary beauty and unique culture. The daily tourist fee makes it seem exclusive. It's true, Bhutan's government charges a substantial daily fee to most visitors, which is meant to preserve the country's pristine environment and culture by limiting mass tourism. But what if you sidestep the usual path? What if you look beyond the glossy brochures and luxury hotels and instead seek out the Bhutan that locals know and love? My challenge was simple but daunting. Live in Bhutan for weeks on just £400. That's less than what many spend in a single day here. No hotels, no fancy restaurants, just a humble room in a family's house on Paro's outskirts. My accommodation was basic, but it was warm, welcoming, and filled with the laughter of my host family. My rent was low, leaving most of my budget for food and local transport. Every penny counted, so I had to be creative and resourceful. The secret? Connecting with locals for homestays you'll never find online. These connections opened doors to authentic experiences, from family meals to local festivals. I ate where locals ate, steaming datshi in tiny eateries, shopping at markets, discovering new flavors and ingredients I'd never seen before. I learned to cook with my host, mother, Pema, who patiently showed me how to prepare traditional dishes. Cooking together became a daily ritual, a way to bond and share stories. My budget stretched further than I imagined, enriching my experience in ways money can't measure. I realized that true value isn't about luxury, but about connection and immersion. For transport, I took local buses, shared taxis, and learned the rhythms of daily life as I traveled alongside farmers, monks, and schoolchildren. Sometimes, I even rode in the back of a farmer's truck, bumping along winding mountain roads, watching the landscape unfold in slow motion. These journeys were slow and bumpy, but endlessly fascinating. Every ride was an adventure, filled with unexpected conversations and moments of kindness. On these rides, I wasn't just a tourist, I was a fellow traveler, sharing stories, helping with heavy bags, and laughing with new friends as we navigated the countryside together. My £400 bought me not just a trip, but a temporary life within this incredible kingdom. I gained memories, friendships, and a deeper understanding of Bhutanese life. Sometimes the simplest choices open the richest doors. In Bhutan, I discovered that what your money truly buys isn't just access, but belonging, a chance to live, learn, and grow in a place unlike any other. My days in Bhutan began with the gentle sounds of a household waking, prayers, butter tea churning, a dog barking. No rush, no itinerary, just the natural rhythm of village life. Fetching water from the outdoor tap, sharing breakfast on kitchen cushions, sipping butter tea, these were my daily rituals. Conversation was simple, a mix of broken Dzong and patient English. I wandered the village, watched farmers in terraced fields, children in school uniforms, prayer flags fluttering by the river. This was sightseeing of the soul. Evenings meant gathering around the wood stove, sharing stories and laughter over rice and vegetables. Sometimes neighbors dropped by, filling the room with warmth and camaraderie. In these moments, I felt less like a tourist and more like family. Happiness in Bhutan isn't just an abstract idea. It's something you can see and feel in the faces you meet every day. There's a warmth in their smiles, a genuine sense of contentment that radiates from the people, whether they're young or old, dressed in vibrant traditional attire or simply going about their daily routines. I remember meeting an old man perched on a stone wall, quietly spinning a prayer wheel in his weathered hand. His eyes sparkled with kindness, and his gentle nod invited me to sit beside him. We sat together in silence, sharing not just a breathtaking view of the Paro Valley, but also a profound sense of peace. In that moment, words felt unnecessary. The serenity of the landscape and the quiet companionship spoke volumes. Later, I met Sonam, a young taxi driver whose pride in his homeland was unmistakable. He greeted me with a wide smile and eagerness to share his perspective. "We are not a poor country, we are a happy country. That is our wealth," he declared, his voice filled with conviction. His words lingered with me long after our conversation ended. Sonam's words struck me deeply, a reminder that true wealth isn't measured by material possessions, but by the richness of spirit and the strength of community. One afternoon, I joined a group of women weaving vibrant textiles in a sunlit workshop. Their laughter filled the air, and their nimble fingers moved skillfully, weaving not just fabric, but happiness and tradition into every thread. They welcomed me with open arms, inviting me to sit among them. As they poured tea and shared stories of their families and heritage, I felt a sense of belonging. Even as a visitor, their joy was evident in their craft, in their laughter, and in the bonds they shared. It was clear that happiness here is woven from community, culture, and a deep appreciation for life's simple pleasures. These moments weren't part of any planned tour. They were spontaneous, genuine encounters that revealed the true heart of Paro. The people of Paro taught me that happiness here is a quiet, resilient contentment, a steady presence in daily life, not dependent on grand gestures or material gain. It's found in the strength of community, the richness of culture, and the gratitude for simple blessings, like a shared meal, a festival, or a heartfelt conversation. These are the lessons that don't fit neatly into any guidebook. They're discovered in the quiet moments, in the connections you make, and in the stories you carry home. These experiences are the true souvenirs of Bhutan, far more valuable than anything you could buy in a shop. Keep watching, because understanding the Bhutanese philosophy of happiness is the key to truly appreciating this remarkable place. Everyone hears of Bhutan's gross national happiness, GNH. It sounds grand, but it's more than a slogan. Living there, I saw GNH as the air they breathe, a philosophy shaping everything from government to daily life. Its pillars: sustainable development, environmental protection, cultural preservation, and good governance. For locals, it means protected forests, traditional dress as pride, and well-being over wealth. I saw it in the absence of billboards and neighbors helping each other, in the gentle respect for all life. My host's father once spent an hour rescuing a spider. Every being has a right to live. GNH creates a society focused on collective well-being, not just individual success. Life isn't perfect, but priorities are holistic and humane. It's a quiet revolution of values, a lesson the world could learn from. In Bhutan, happiness is a way of life, not a destination. To know a culture, share a meal in a family's home. My most memorable meal was on my host family's kitchen floor, a true Bhutanese feast. Umpema cooked all day, fiery ema datshi with sun-dried chilies, tender pork stew, spinach soup, and nutty red rice. Each dish was simple, made from their garden or local market, but rich in heritage. As we ate, Umpema shared stories, how her mother taught her to make cheese, how the rice was grown in fields outside our window. The food was a direct link to their land and identity. Eating together, I felt like part of their family. Bhutanese hospitality isn't showy, it's humble, genuine, and from the heart. Sharing food is a profound gesture of connection. The greatest luxuries are often the simplest: warmth, nourishment, and kindness. Getting around Bhutan on a budget strips away the tourist bubble. My transport: public buses, old, crowded, lively with music, and the best way to see the country. A trip from Thimphu to Punakha took all day, stopping for villagers, monks, and students. The bus became a moving community. People shared snacks, helped with luggage, and chatted easily. Crossing the Dochula pass, we paused to offer prayers and sip tea, not just snap photos. These rides were uncomfortable but filled with beauty and connection. I learned more on those buses than from any guide. I saw Bhutan at a human pace, witnessing daily life unfold. Sometimes the journey, with all its bumps, is more meaningful than the destination. The best travel experiences are rarely the most comfortable. Most tourists see a beautiful, curated Bhutan, comfortable hotels, planned itineraries, iconic sites, but that highlight reel conceals the ordinary, messy, and deeply human reality. The tourist trail doesn't show the hard work behind the scenery, the farmers, the monks, the daily effort. Happiness here isn't a constant smile, it's complex and resilient. I saw people face struggles with dignity and faith, communities supporting each other through hardship. Bhutan isn't a fairy tale. It's real, with real challenges. The miracle is not the absence of hardship, but the strength and compassion with which people face it. The real treasure is the lesson in humanity, connection, and contentment. Step off the beaten path and you'll find what truly matters. My time in Bhutan ended with a lighter wallet, but a fuller heart. I arrived with questions about happiness. I left with memories, friendships, and a new understanding of a rich life. You can see the real Bhutan without spending a fortune, if you travel with curiosity and an open heart. The most profound experiences aren't planned, they're found in spontaneous moments of connection. I hope my journey inspires you to seek out human connections wherever you go. The greatest adventures are often into the hearts of others. Thank you for walking this path with me. Your own journey is just beginning. Be open to the magic you'll find.